Hey guys, in this video we'll talk about some basic accounting principles and how to set up your basic accounting. Now if you've never done any type of book work or accounting work before, it may sound real tough and you might want to invest in tons of software, but I'm telling you, you don't need to do that. A big mistake a lot of people will make is they will buy QuickBooks or something right away, but what I want you to focus on is building revenue, and I'll give you some practices how to set up basic spreadsheets. And it's real easy. You can do 2 plus 2 equals 4, then you can do this. Now I'll show you on Google Sheets how to set it up. Now I'm showing you a document in Google Sheets. You can also use Microsoft Excel or Apple's Numbers. They all work the same essentially. And here I just set up it says 2018 Vassar Painting expenses and revenues. And if you're just starting out, you can put your expenses and revenues on the same page. Sometimes you can set up on different pages. It doesn't really matter as long as you're documenting all the info. So here's our title. We have expenses on the left, revenues on the right. I pre-put in some dates just because I'm terrible at typing dates and I hunt and peck for those. Keyboarding classes didn't do me too well. And you can see under expenses, we have date, item, and price. Under revenues, we have date, client, and price. So I'm going to set up an example of what this would look like for expenses. So first, on April 5th, 2018, we bought some brushes, and the price was $30. On the 6th of April, we bought paint for Mrs. Smith, and that was $85. Then on the 12th, we bought drop cloths, and that was $62. And then at your end of the month, you just hit the equal sign. I believe all the systems work like this. You click on whatever your numbers are, add it to the next one, hit the plus sign, add it to the next one, hit return, and bam, you have $177 you spent in April. Then we go over to the revenue side. And this is for anyone who gives you a check or pays you that would go into your business banking account. Say on the 10th, we had Mrs. Smith. And that is an interesting way to smell Mrs. Smith, maybe a different language version. So it's $600 for her job. And then we worked for, we'll say, Jim Jones. And we did $1,100 for him. And then on the 25th of April, we did Nancy. Don't know her last name, so I just write Nancy. And then for her job, it was $2,400. And then we would go for your total revenues for April. You hit the equal sign, add them all up by clicking the cell and then adding a plus sign after each one, clicking it, hit return, and you have $4,100 for your total revenues for April. And if you want to calculate your monthly profit, you don't have to do this. You want to calculate this after the whole year, but this does give you an idea of how you're doing as a business. You click on your total revenues, hit the subtract sign, click on your total expenses, and there you go. We made $3,923 in the month of April. And what I like to do is every new month I will at least put a space so you can see, like, if I were going to do, if I didn't do the total expenses for April or total revenues for April, I would just put a space and wait, 5-1-18, we bought some more paint and it was $30. So every month I'll put a little gap and it'll just a nice breaking point so I can decide what I did in the month. And then if you miss anything, it's okay, because what I do is I go look at my bank statements, and typically I'll do this at the end of the year or at the end of every quarter, and you can say, oh, I missed, I missed something here in April 25th, 18. I bought some more drop cloths that I missed. I needed more, and it was $80. So you can always add it and subtract it. So this is not final. And the nice thing is, if you do this, it'll save you a lot of time and money on investing in software that you have to learn, but you just really want to focus on creating revenues, because once you have plenty of money in the bank and you're making plenty of profit, you can invest in whatever else you want. And that's what you want to do for setting up your basic accounting, both revenues and expenses. And it's very easy to change things, and just remember to always check with your bank statements to make sure you have everything logged down, and that should do it for you.